So, I just, they're a G5 school, and they do well at G5 the last couple of years under Willie Fritz, who is one heck of a coach, and John Sumrall, who's one heck of a coach, and tip of the cap to both of those guys for winning at a place that really has never won. You had Tommy Bowden, and Rich Rod go through Tulane and go undefeated in, I think, 1998 with Sean King at quarterback. And other than that, Tulane hasn't won. They win, 1, 2, 3, 4 games a year. That's what they are. And, they've had like a one-off here and there, which I think Detillier really did a good job of kind of he's been down there his whole life. And I thought he did a great job on Tuesday walking us through who they are and the fact that, about every 10 years, they'll win 6, 7, 8 games, and then that's it, right? But what Willie Fritz did down there and what John Sumrall did down there is impressive. I said this a couple of years ago, were the private schools that didn't win but had money going to win in the new NIL era because, for whatever reason, their alums, most private schools, were not willing to get dirty in the last model that we used for decades, which was just paying players and cash and cars and
love it,
everything else, right? But when you look at Tulane and you look at Vandy, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how far in Duke wants to go, but their alums may be like, hey, we've enjoyed paying players in basketball, both the illegal way and legal way. We kind of like this. And if, we've got money and we're bored. And most of these guys, not all, there's guys that have crushed it in their 30s and 40s, but most of these guys that are pumping serious money into these programs are north of 55, 60, 65 years old because it's given them a longer runway to build wealth. And I do think it's something to keep an eye on when you look at Tulane, who has a lot to offer. I've been on that campus. You've been on that campus. It's, when I met with Rick Dixon years ago, who was the athletic director at that time. He took me on a tour. This is right after 2005. They had just opened up their new baseball stadium on campus. They've since built a nice football stadium on campus. They're uptown, which is one of the nicer areas in New Orleans. And so we'll see. We'll see. Tulane does not deserve to. I agree with Robert. Tulane and James Madison do not belong in the playoffs. No. And it's not because I'm not impressed with what they did and that they beat a bunch of teams and that their coaches and culture and everything else and their players were able to rise to the occasion and win a ton of games, which is not easy regardless of level. But this has no sizzle. The NFL games are going to crush these two games, the Ole Miss game and Oregon game on Saturday. Crush it. They just are. Again, one line 17.5, one's 21. That's not what you woke up Labor Day weekend wanting. It's not. Now, did you want Bama at Oklahoma? Yes. Tight line. Could go either way. Play it down to the fourth quarter. Somebody da-da-da-da. And I think Saturday morning could be fun with Miami at A&M. That could be a hell of a game.
And then you're just snoozing.
There's a big conversation about Trinidad Chambliss and Kawan Lacey and where they're going to play next year. Well, they're playing for Ole Miss right now. And
yes.
We'll see.
That could change in a matter of what, 4 days, 5 days? If they were to stumble.
Yeah, I don't see that. But after the Georgia game in New Orleans, then we'll see what happens.
Man, that place may burn down if Trinidad were to walk. And I don't even think it's because of Trinidad, it's because Lane's taking somebody else with him.
Man, well, and Lane will have, because of his success, he'll have his pick. I think he can I think it's interesting, the Trinidad thing, because I think Lane can easily upgrade. I mean, I think Trinidad's good,
Sure.
but I just think, and I think, Kewan Lacey's good, but I think he can he's at LSU.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But definitely upgrade at the quarterback position. Be interesting to see what happens with this battle here.
Because you like to think he could have his pick
Well, I don't,
outside of maybe Marcel Reed.
Who would you rather have? Marcel Reed or Trinidad Chambliss? Of course, I guess if Lane's coaching Marcel.
Yeah, then I want Marcel Reed.
Do you?
Yeah. How much bigger is Marcel Reed? Let me look.
Well, he's skinny. Trinidad's shorter and a little thicker.
Yeah.
God.
He's only 6'1", 185?
I mean, he's a little,
Really?
he's skinny.
I didn't know.
I mean, he's good. He's quick
Yeah.
twitch. He's got skills. I think Trinidad's slightly better throwing the ball.
6'1", 200.
Maybe a little bit more than slightly better. Who is? Trinidad?
That's what they got him listed at.
Trinidad's not 6'1".
I don't buy that. I mean, it's a little.
He's closer to 5'11".
What about Lenore Sellers and Lagway? Are they?
Well, it looks like, the reports are telling us that, and anything can happen until the ink is dry with any of these kids. And I'm not even sure that matters. I think this day and age, they can hold a gun to the school's head and say what they want out. But back, the reports out of South Carolina are that they're getting that done with Lenore's. They hired Kendall Browse, which is Shane Beamer finally. It's just amazing, these coaches, Stoops and Mark Stoops, that is, who's not at Kentucky anymore. And that's the reason why. But, Stoops had a chance to hire coordinator after coordinator and just could not hire. It's almost like amazing that you can hire 3 coordinators and never hire a good coordinator. But Beamer had not hit on one. Kendall will make them better.
Yeah.
He should make, and they hired a hell of an offensive line coach too at South Carolina. They have really upgraded. They already had a good defensive coordinator. That's just perfect, isn't it? Because Mississippi State pulls South Carolina after being, and just a wreck on offense since Beamer's been there. They'll now have Kendall Browse and a hell of an offensive line coach, and Lenore's back.
You see him every year for the next 4?
No, they're not a permanent.
Okay.
They're not. That's Ole Miss and Bama and Vanderbilt for Mississippi State. Ole Miss, Bama, Vanderbilt for Mississippi State. For Ole Miss, it's Mississippi State, LSU, and Oklahoma. So we'll see. We're going to have to get used to that.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah. Bo says, what about Austin Simmons?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where he ends up.
Oh, he's old. Well,
I'm not sure where he goes. He doesn't have the mobility of Trinidad or Marcel Reed. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Camario Taylor. He is now my favorite player after his quote. I sent it to Jackson about not liking mayonnaise. So it's funny, Mississippi State, we'll switch gears here. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We're brought to you by Total Transportation of Mississippi. Total Transportation of Mississippi. They offer nationwide and regional routes for team drivers, weekly pay, and monthly bonuses. Powered by Total Transportation of Mississippi. TotalMS.com. Apply today. TotalMS.com. Camario Taylor said, I do not like mayonnaise. And the Duke Mayo Bowl that Mississippi State is going to play in. Y'all know that we're in a no mayonnaise zone. And but I'm glad Mississippi State's in the Duke Mayo Bowl because they have a chance to, for Camario Taylor to play more and fluff and Booth and do some things. They need to win that game too. They haven't won in a while, and they need to win. So we'll see how that looks.
he keeps scaring me to death.
Does he?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, what did you think about Camario Taylor saying he didn't like mayonnaise?
I think he's clearly been listening to the show.
I don't think there's any doubt.
I mean, if he's smart.
It's not just people on campus
No.
who are worried about what we say. Kamario Taylor obviously has gravitated to my take the last 2 years that we need to be in a no mayonnaise zone.
I mean,
especially at a tailgate or catering, and you don't need to slather a bunch of mayonnaise on a sandwich.
he is I think he's going to have signed the wall.
Kamario?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
We're going to need to get signed the wall because why not? You sign the wall, then your career takes off.
You sign the wall, you become an All-American, and you're drafted in the first or second round of the NFL draft.
Really kind of simple.
Which Kamario has those type skills.
Yeah.
Will they be realized? Will he develop into that? I don't know. Yeah. You're now going to have a dual threat quarterback at Mississippi State for the first time. Here's an idea. You're now going to have a playmaker and a dual threat quarterback for the first time since Nick Fitzgerald.
Crazy.
I mean, it was like we don't want to do what we see on TV every Saturday that's working in the world of college football. And Kamario Taylor brings, an opportunity when the play breaks down to make it happen, to get positive yards, to rip off a big run, to get flushed out of the pocket and still look downfield and hit a receiver that's wide open because DBs can't cover after 3 to 3.5 seconds. I mean, it's amazing.
Wait. So we're legitimately like 10 years out of that. It's been 10 years.
Yeah. Nick Fitzgerald's last year was 2017.
17. Wow.
No, 2018. I'm sorry. He was 2018. Moorhead's first year.
Oh, yeah.
Moorhead wanted to run a totally different offense than what fit. This is brilliant, coach. Coaches do this all the time. He wanted to run a totally different offense than what Nick Fitzgerald's skill set.
Completely.
Right.
I mean, it was
favored.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. So there you go.
Hey, man, look, when you're getting paid the big bucks and you already been paid, just take it easy. Moorhead took it real easy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, actually, Moorhead worked like a crazy man. He just didn't work on the right thing.
He just worked backwards?
Well, not backwards. He couldn't evaluate. Again, so much. We say it all the time, but if you can't, it doesn't matter how hard you work in recruiting. Matt Luke and Derek Nix and Jacob Peeler at Ole Miss ran circles around Joe Moorhead in recruiting, even though Joe was ripping off wins and they were losing.
Right.
But they were the ones that got the Jerrion Elys and the Snoop Connors and many others.
I mean,
and Joe's last 10, bottom 10 signees, both of his years are really, you could really say
bad.
15 were just G4, G5 players. And you can only afford to sign like a couple of G5 players a year and hope that they get developed.
Yeah, look at that guy, though. Who's signing with him? Oh, I don't know about that. He always has that eyebrow raised up in a picture, right? Every picture of him I've ever seen, he's always got like one eyebrow hanging lower than the other. He looks like he's up to something. I don't like it. I don't trust him.
And he was a nice guy.
He was
just
a really nice
guy. Totally in over his head.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he coached Saquon.
Exactly. That should have made you run from the hire.
Yeah.
He only had 2 years as an offensive coordinator experience, but Levy only had 2 years offensive coordinator experience. So, that's where you are. Let's switch gears. The Golden Moon Casino text line. Nick, is this Nick? No, Nickelback. Bo, Ole Miss is the fat girl that didn't know she was fat and wore spandex all the time, then started dating the formerly hot guy that went on a 2-year bender of cocaine and Twinkies and found himself overweight and friendless. So gave the safe fat girl a try. He cleans his life up and was going to leave her, but she agreed to stay as long as she starts taking Ozempic and works out and agrees to weekly weigh-ins. She does all of that, and hot guy leaves her anyway, so now she knows it's a matter of time before fat girl returns, and she blames hot guy for it.
It's pretty good.
Damn, shots fired by Nickelback.
That is definitely shots fired. That's a man. Somebody must have hurt him in his past life. That's way too specific.
Well, that goes back to the quote here in the article on Lane Kiffin in the New York Times. Rachel Romero, owner of Studio 432, where Lane Kiffin did hot yoga, and her quote in the article, I think he's just a really young boy at heart that plays the game very well, literally and figuratively. Now the town, I think, is just acting like they just got dumped by the love of their life. We're doing everything we can to convince ourselves that we never really liked him in the first place, sort of deal. It's funny how women in sports can cut through the guys can't get over it. They're emotional basket cases. But women can look at it and go, no BS, and go, here, she just cut through all the BS and said exactly what the deal is.
Yeah, laid it out perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
And for guys, they try to like put stuff in, they try to fill the hat with stuff that's just totally not accurate.
Yeah.
It's the things that we say throughout the day at lunch and in the afternoon when we meet our buddies for a beverage that make no sense.
That's a lot of that.
Yeah. Right? He loves Oxford. He loves Starkville. His family loves it here.
Great.
I mean,
who cares?
I know, but we do this when we're collegiate.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody wears the collegiate colors like the SEC.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay?
Yeah, if that isn't evident.
I mean, the Big Ten is up there. I mean, they're very collegiate, Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin. But like, the Pac-12, ACC, Big 12, it's not close.
No, look at their coaching.
And I know the Pac-12 is defunct.
Right. But the amount of, I mean, Lane LSU was national news. Like national news.
LSU is a national brand and a top 3 job. And then look what they've done. They have stars in other sports.
Yeah, right.
They have
world stars.
I mean, they have stars in other sports.
Yeah.
In Olympic sports.
Yeah, right.
And in baseball. Right?
Yeah. They got the future of a lot of sports. They have the future of the NFL.
I mean, LSU and Mississippi State have had stars in baseball.
Yeah.
Like Ole Miss has never had a star in baseball.
No.
They've had good players.
Yeah.
The Yankees done an amazing job. They've had guys, Lance Lynn
was good.
Among others that have gone on. Seth Smith.
Smith was good.
There's a number of guys that have gone on to have nice Major League Baseball careers, but not big-time MLB careers.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the all-stars they've had.
They have in the NFL.
Oh,
A.J. Brown, Eli, among others. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Tunzel, still having a remarkable career. You know, those type guys.
Yeah, as expected.
Yeah, he was the one that
he's panned out after all panning out's been panned out.
Yeah,
that dude is he's everything we thought it would be.
Dean Scott Grawl will join us coming up next, and we're looking forward to that. Tom Luganbill at 9:30 on Ole Miss Tulane. Ole Miss hosting Tulane, and then the other games. I think Luganbill's calling the Oregon game. He got the 21-point line. He has to fly out to Eugene, Oregon. Luganbill will join us at 9:30. National college football analyst with ESPN. He's calling he's one of the analysts and color analysts that will be calling James Madison at Oregon, which sounds like a big old snoozer on Saturday night. We are the Out of Bounds Show. Show is brought to you by Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. Great steaks, private dining rooms. KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation.
Say, kids, what time is it?
It's 9 a.m., and this ain't no K show. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
On aboard!
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Out Warning.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
All right, good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by the Mississippi State University College of Business. Experience Bulldog Business with a degree from the College of Business at Mississippi State University. You will be equipped with the necessary skills to excel in your chosen industry. Business.msstate.edu. And this is ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Our guests join us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. And we welcome in Dean Scott Grawl to the show. Scott Grawl, good morning. Happy holidays. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you and happy holidays. So enjoying a little bit of rain, but certainly ready for this holiday season.
We are too. What's it like? You go from campus is crazy, and you've got students everywhere and buzzing through McCool Hall, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you go to the office and nobody's there. What's that like?
It's a little eerie the first time, when that you come in after graduation and everything quiets down. Now it doesn't get completely quiet because there's still a few students hanging around who want to have some conversations about ththose grades that didn't turn out quite right. But generally the faculty are here. It's starting. This is a great chance for them to work on some of their research, and for a lot of the staff, it doesn't slow down too much just because we got another semester to get ready for coming up in January.
All right, I want to start. I know we hit it last time, but it's been a while. I want to start with the online MBA program, and then we'll work into some other things. But how excited were you and the faculty when y'all got the news a few months ago that the online program was named number one in the nation as far as best value?
We were thrilled, for a couple of different reasons. One, it's always nice to have that number one ranking, but then it's also, it's that little bit of validation that, hey, people are taking notice of some of the great things that we're doing. And I know you and I have had conversations before about, that experiential learning that we put even into that online program where we give them real consulting projects to work on. And, our students are finding success, in their careers after they complete the program. So those are some of the key factors that go into some of these rankings. And we're quite proud of what we've done with that program.
More than 80% of the faculty combine industry experience with their academic expertise for the online MBA at the College of Business, Mississippi State University. You can go to business.msstate.edu and go ahead and schedule a tour of the campus and McCool Hall in the spring or winter/spring when everybody gets back in town. All right. So one thing that we talked to you about, and again, Dean Scott Grawl on the Out of Bounds Show, Dean of the College of Business at Mississippi State University. A lot of momentum, a lot of good things happening, both undergrad programs and graduate programs. One of the things we've talked about is how much time you've spent out in the field all around the country, talking to Mississippi State alums who have had tremendous amount of success either working their way up in companies or they own their own businesses. What has that been like as you've traveled around the country, Scott?
It's a blast. I love hearing about their Bulldog business experience, their journeys. What is it that keeps them connected to Mississippi State? But the other part of it is too, when we go out and we create these events in these different locations, we're bringing some recent grads into the room along with some of those that have been out, either established their businesses or have climbed the ranks within larger organizations. But we get them into the same room with some of these recent graduates, and they're able to network and build those connections that are going to help one another as they continue to excel throughout their career. And one of the things that I've been clear with our current students and our recent graduates is, look, you're 4 years here on campus in Starkville. That's only the start of your journey as a MSU College of Business alum. We're going to be with you every step of the way, whether that's helping with networking, retooling is we need to talk about how AI is changing your career and so forth. But the fun thing is when we go out and we have these different meetings and I meet with these individuals, they're often leading the way in some of these new technologies and new ventures and innovations. So it's fun to get them in the room with some of our younger graduates as well. He
is Dean Scott Graw, Dean of the College of Business at Mississippi State University. You can visit their website, business.msstate.edu. You mentioned AI. It's been a tremendous asset for us in sports marketing and digital and sports talk radio, and we've been able to land several clients through AI, which is great. Now, you and I've talked about this. We have people streaming in Atlanta and Washington, D.C. and Dallas and so on. If we're talking this morning to a Mississippi State College of Business alum who has done well, moved up in the corporate world, or like I said, owned their own business, and now they're to the point, Scott, where they're looking to give back to the College of Business, what would you tell them?
I'd say call me. Send me an email. We'll get you connected. I'm easy to find on our website. But the other thing, too, is I would point them to this new program that we rolled out last year to celebrate our 110th year as a College of Business, and that's this Club 1915. And essentially the goal there is to get more of our alums and stakeholders plugged in and engaged with the College of Business. And yes, it's an opportunity to give back to the college at just a small monthly contribution, but through that we're also creating these networking events that I talked about. So, as we head into the new year in January, the end of January, we're going to be up in Nashville and looking to get alums together at a venue there and network and hear a little bit about what's going on in the College of Business in some of our departments. But in February, we're going to be in Arlington, in the DFW area, and then in March, we're going to be down on the coast with Biloxi. One of the things, if you're thinking about those locations, that's also where the baseball team is going to be. Yeah, it is. We're not above using the baseball team to kind of pull a crowd together and then
not at all
Bulldogs together. So we're going to be out there cheering on our Bulldogs when they're playing in that event out in Arlington, and we're going to get some of our business alumni together out there. And then when we're playing Tulane down in Biloxi, we'll be down there as well.
That is smart. All right, so January in Nashville, February out in Arlington, because Mississippi State baseball and Brian O'Connor is playing in a tournament out in Arlington. They're going to be preseason top 10. And then, of course, those Biloxi games and the fact that the Mississippi Gulf Coast is booming from Bay St. Louis to Ocean Springs is a perfect time to meet and greet with alums and students. Scott Graw, we wish you and your family and your team and faculty a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and we'll do this again before you head to Nashville.
I look forward to it. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Dean Scott Graw, College of Business, Mississippi State University. You can go online right now, business.msstate.edu. And if you're an alum and you want to get involved, email or call Dean Scott Graw today. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by the Mississippi State University College of Business. College of Business, go to the website business.msstate.edu. Dean Scott Grawl doing a great job there. Young, energetic, has been out in the private sector for over a decade. I think that is a tremendous asset for the business students, undergrad and grad, at Mississippi State. And he is on the road all the time connecting with Mississippi State alums around the country. Last time I think we interviewed him, he was in Denver, Colorado. And so it was great to have him on right before the Christmas and New Year's, and go ahead and schedule a tour of the Mississippi State University campus and McCool Hall and the College of Business, business.msstate.edu. If you're an alum and you want to get involved and help the school, start a scholarship, among many other things, make a donation, get in touch with Dean Scott Grawl today. You can find his email and number easily in about 3 seconds online, business.msstate.edu. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, Bo Bound Straight Funk with you on a whatever today is. Thursday. And so I've got all these texts that I missed about 20 minutes ago or 30, 45 minutes ago, and they're really good. Brad's funny. Bo, what is Santa bringing you? Well, I don't know what Wilkes is getting me. I know it's going to be a great gift. Wilkes, you want to come up here and jump on the mic?
Yeah, tell us
with us. Come on, bud.
Yeah, and we need to talk about Santa anyways.
Yeah. So we've got Wilkes Bounds making an appearance on the show, straight from Mississippi State University.
Yeah.
And the station last night. And we'll talk fantasy football. But first of all, Wilkes, have you thought about what present you're getting me?
I have not.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think he has. I think he's telling the truth.
I have.
Okay. Yesterday, Wilkes and I went to Edwin Watt's golf shop.
Yeah.
And we saw Kerry Wiegand, who's a great guy, manager of Edwin Watt's. And Wilkes hit several different clubs in their 2 bays, which is really cool. You know, they've got the golf simulators, right? And which one? Did you go with TaylorMade?
I did. TaylorMade.
Yeah. So he's been saving up. His grandparents have been giving him gift cards.
Nice.
And so he's getting a custom set of golf clubs from Edwin Watt's golf shop, right? Aren't you?
I am.
Is that did I say that right? Because I'm not the golfer. You are.
I got fitted for irons.
Yeah. So he got fitted for irons.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool.
I mean, they were doing all sorts of things,
it's
like
nuts.
with these little golf tools. And,
How long does getting fitted take?
Probably just a nice 30 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's
20,
that's
30
what I
minutes.
figured. Nice.
So, I mean, what was good is he got to hit for a while.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
For like 15 to really get comfortable if you're going to go with those custom clubs.
All right, so walk me through this now. Do you hit and then they evaluate your swing and they're like, this is what we need to do type deal?
Kerry, yeah, he wanted it to be exactly right.
Yeah,
so
of course,
they went through a couple of different sizes.
Nice.
Yeah, lengths of the
Shaft.
Shaft lead. Nice.
Yeah. And then Wilkes went with the you went with the
white golf grip.
yeah.
Ooh.
And Kerry has those
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
So all right, so I mean, so you tailored it to your liking then.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So how long does this? I mean, so how long was the whole Evan Watts experience?
Probably 45. I mean,
Wow.
well, I
Really?
talked to Kerry.
Sure.
It doesn't have to take that long, but Kerry was kind enough to give. He's a scratch golfer.
I thought that was quick.
I mean, he played Augusta National last year. That's kind of cool.
Dang.
He's a scratch golfer, and he was giving Wilkes a few tips, but he also wanted to make sure that the clubs were fitted perfect.
Oh, you can look. I don't think fitted clubs are cheap.
No,
So if
they're
you
not.
spend- you gonna spend the
That's
money,
why
you
I'm
wanna be
glad
right.
he had a stack of gift cards.
Yeah, right. There you go.
So his grandparents
Dude, that's
made sure to fund that.
well, that's the willpower to hold those gift cards.
I know.
That's big time.
He's had them for 2 years, and now boom.
Wow. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Maybe longer than 2 years.
That is really
Yeah,
impressive.
I think it may be longer
That
than
is-
2 years.
that is honestly
between birthdays and Santa.
Wow.
He's racked up.
you got to be realistic with your golf game.
There you go.
You got to know when to upgrade your clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, he's been playing a lot of golf
He's
at
been- yeah.
Starkville Country Club, and the campus, the university.
When
course.
did you first swing a club? Like it actually, like, I'm talking about in this past, like, all right, I'm into golf now.
When I was 15.
Yeah.
When
16?
When we went to Old Waverly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that was it? That's
Waverly.
what popped?
Yeah.
That's
for
right.
my birthday.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
And that's where you caught the bug.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun. Yeah, we went to Waverly.
Played with the pro out there.
And great guy. Golly. I got
his name.
Well, I know it. And I'm just slipping here. So anyway, not VJ. I mean, he got to meet VJ, but
Well, I took a lesson with him.
yeah, you took a lesson with
BJ who?
Trilio. I think that's the way
Oh,
you
yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's now in St. Simon Island, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, at their like
Huge
golf
Mecca
mecca.
thing.
Yeah. I mean the one at Old Waverly is amazing. But
Dang.
yeah,
St. Simon's tight.
yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Talking about a golf.
Hey.
You talking about a golf destination? But so is Old Waverly with
Oh,
Old
no
Waverly
doubt.
and Mossy Oak.
Ain't no
Have you
doubt.
played Mossy Oak?
I have.
Okay, good. We got to get you back on there a couple of times this spring. Maybe my man Steven up there, who's a member, we'll get Wilkes back up there. All right, let's talk fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
Who's our best player on our fantasy football team?
This
Jackson?
year,
Is it the tight end you put in?
hey, that tight end's a snap.
Tyler Warren?
Kyle Pitts. We do have
Kyle
Tyler
Pitts.
Warren. That was
Tyler Warren's really good.
Tyler
Oh,
Warren's-
we have him too?
Yeah, we drafted him. Yeah, because, we had, we're in the Dynasty League, man, so we had to draft some rookies.
Oh, we're
Okay.
doing Dynasty League starting next year.
It's pretty awesome. Just
Yeah,
be
keep
ready.
your players. I like that.
Yeah, it's tight.
Are
We,
you still in or you been
Yeah, so I had a
eliminated?
bye week. I had
It's
a bye
playoff
week.
time, baby.
I had a bye week this past week because I'm number 2 in the league.
Oh,
Should have
okay.
been number 1, but I lost by like 0.6 points.
Won his way into the second round. All right.
Yeah,
I
so
like
now
that.
I'm into the second round, and I have no idea who to start. I'm gonna have to ask Jackson
Yeah.
later who to start.
All right, yeah, I'll have to break it down.
He knows what to,
It's getting down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire here.
It's time.
I mean,
okay. Are the playoffs this weekend?
it started last weekend.
Last week. Are we still in or have we been eliminated?
we're
Or
in
did we
the-
even make it?
We're in the consolation playoff, man. I think we're only 6 teams make it.
Yeah, 6 teams make it, I believe.
We didn't make it.
No, we were number 7.
Golly.
It's all good. I'm coming back. Well,
I've been
we
either
got- we
1 or
got
2
cheated.
the whole season.
Have you really?
Yeah, I went 9-5.
Who's number 1 in your league?
One of Chance's friends.
Oh, okay.
Just want
All
to let
right.
you know that we went all in on the Bears this year, and it paid off.
Did it?
Well, I mean, we didn't finish very high, but I mean, look, Smith ended up being pretty good.
Yeah,
Or
we
Caleb
need
Williams,
to boot
sorry.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Got to boot Caleb Williams.
Then you got DeAndre Swift. Swift's been phenomenal.
Swift
Oh, no,
from Georgia?
Yeah.
Great.
He's been doing pretty good for us, but
Okay.
our best player is Jared Cook.
Jared Cook.
Yeah, over there.
Is your best player?
Yeah, no doubt.
Is that a problem?
It's a
That-
deep league, man.
That's not how many 12 person league?
Who's
no,
number
we just
1?
all have 1,000
TR,
players.
Scott
No,
Kessler,
we
or
just
Tally?
we drilled
or
TR.
somebody else?
Somebody else came in this year, and they have surprised us. Let's see who it is. It is number 1. We are currently looking at
I don't know him.
Tally's number 2.
Okay.
All right, TR we smashed last week.
Oh, is he out?
He is in the consolation bracket with us, but he's almost out. But Bet Kessler,
Scott's
He's
son.
so good at fantasy.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
Wilkes and Beck
He
know
is
each other.
good.
no, he wins it.
I can't
He's so good at
stand
fantasy.
that
He knows
kid.
ball.
He's
He didn't
good.
even show up for the draft.
Didn't need to.
He drafted remotely, I guess. He came through there for a minute. Okay. So Beck Kessler's number 1?
He is
Good for him. All right.
not good for him.
He may win it.
Oh yeah. Oh
All right.
Yeah,
We've got to upgrade our roster.
yeah.
All right. Wilkes Bound's in the house. He did a good job. Hopefully his fantasy football team wins this weekend. Oh, tonight. You got to get your team in. Hello.
Yeah, buddy.
Tom Luganville coming up next on Tulane at Ole Miss. Tom Luganville, National College Football Analyst with ESPN, coming up next. Hey, hey. All right. We're off and running. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show brought to you by Pearl River Resort and the super cool Vegas-style sports book inside the Golden Moon. Bet $50 there. Play award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $40. Ranked in the top 100 courses in the U.S. several times. Bet 50, play 40 on the property of Pearl River Resort, not but an hour from where I am sitting here in the Bank Plus studio. This is 105.9 The Zone ESPN. Show is driven by your next GMC Sierra truck, GMC Yukon, Fowler GMC, Pearl Brandon, FowlerGMC.com. Jump online today, pick out your truck, and go ahead and head to the dealership or Yukon Denali. Tom Luganbill joins us. Our friend Tom Luganbill, national college football analyst with ESPN. He's hopping all over the country for bowl games and college football playoff games. Lugs, good morning. Where are you?
I'm home for a day, and then I've got to head out to Eugene for JMU in Oregon for ESPN Radio.
Okay. All right, so another college football playoff game. I know you did SMU at Penn State last year. Did you do another game last year?
Yeah, I did. I did for TV. I did SMU and Penn State, and then Penn State and Boise in the quarterfinals in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So busy time of year. Let's go Tulane at Ole Miss. Now, they played earlier in the year, Lugs, 45-10. And, of course, Ole Miss dominated and so on. Fast forward, here we are. We've got a rematch in Oxford Saturday afternoon. Ole Miss hosting a college football playoff game. John Summerall versus Pete Golding, players versus players, all of that. Ole Miss is a 17.5-point favorite, as a lot of people think they should be. Do you expect it to be a closer game on Saturday afternoon in Oxford, Luke?
Well, it all depends on Jake Retzloff, the quarterback for Tulane. I had Tulane twice this year, and while they'll be an improved football team than the one that played Ole Miss before, Ole Miss is going to be improved as well, and actually is probably better at quarterback. So when I mentioned Jake Retzloff, the thing about him, and he had not kind of entrenched himself as the bona fide starter during that first contest. But what he does is he's a sandlot player, and he makes a lot of improvisational plays. The question is, what's the result going to be? Because he's one of those guys that could go out there and pull a rabbit out of his hat and make a bunch of plays with his legs, throw 3 or 4 touchdowns, take some risks, not have any negative results. But he's also a guy that could go out there and do the exact same thing and turn the ball over 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the risk and reward with Retzloff. And if he goes out there and does that, they got no shot. If he goes out there and he makes some of those plays, then, I do think it might be closer than the 35-point differential we saw last time.
Okay. All right. Tom Luganbill with ESPN. He'll be calling James Madison at Oregon Saturday night. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Trinidad and Lacey have been phenomenal for Ole Miss this year. So this is another mismatch. Do you expect them to, impose their will and do what they want on the offensive side of the football Saturday afternoon in Oxford, Luke?
Yeah, I think so. I just think that there's a massive talent gap. And, do you remember when John Summerall was asked initially when they made the top 25 for the first time, and he started talking about his own team and saying, well, if we're in the top 25, we're average. And I think he realizes that while they've made the college football playoff, this isn't one of the better Tulane teams that we've seen over the last 5 to 6 years. They're a good football team, but I don't think they have anywhere near the depth or the athletes, particularly to play in space with Ole Miss. Now, this Tulane team, a year ago had 3 or 4 guys in the defensive secondary that all went into the transfer portal and either went into the NFL or we're playing for Power 4 teams this fall. So this is a completely retooled defense, playing with some guys that I don't think they were expecting to have to play with. And so I just don't know if the talent gap is going to be close enough for them to limit explosive plays, consistently tackle in space. I would become concerned about that because I think that Tulane's a good team. I don't know if I believe they're an elite team from a group of 5 perspective.
Fair enough. Well coached, did what they had to do to get here. All right, let's go to Bama at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's won 2 in a row, and they just won, a month or so ago. But now, and that was in Tuscaloosa. Bama goes to Oklahoma, and Bama was embarrassed in the SEC championship game, and they can't run the football. Are you expecting a better showing and a close game? The line sure is tight, Luke.
Well, I'm expecting Alabama to be closer to full strength than they were in the SEC championship game. If they get Josh Cuevas, the tight end, back, they get Jam Miller back, they get LT Overton back on defense, and a slew of players that were in their rotation in the defensive front 7 that did not play in the SEC championship game. So I think Alabama's health is gonna play a big role in this. The reality is neither team can run the football.
Right.
Oklahoma can't run the football with a lick. And I give them a lot of credit because to run the gauntlet that they ran in the back half of the season with the inability to run the football, and also, John Mateer has been just a shell of what we saw prior to his injury. So, how much do we see some razzle-dazzle out of him? Does he look like the guy that he saw in the first 4 to 5 weeks for the injury, or does he look like the guy that's played over the last, 4 or 5 weeks? And I think you could say the same thing for Ty Simpson. These two teams have very similar flaws, right? They're defensive led. They will pressure you. They're gonna make you earn everything on defense, but offensively, both teams have some warts. And I think when you have a game like this between two talented teams that have the similar issues from a negative perspective, you're going to have to find a way to win the game in the margins. You're going to have to find a way to create an explosive, whether that's through a trick play, what have you. But if you go back to this initial game, Alabama dominated the game except for one category. They turned the ball over 3 times, and Oklahoma didn't turn it over at all. But if you look at how the rest of the game was played out and you watched the game, Alabama dominated the game.
All right, so slight edge to Bama, or are you going Oklahoma?
I think it's a slight edge to Bama in terms of maybe being the better team. But anytime you got to play in a road, especially a hostile environment that's never hosted a college football playoff game, I think you're going to see the same type of environment in Oxford, although the opponent's not obviously to the level of Alabama. I look at this one kind of as a push.
Okay. That may be the game of the weekend. Miami at A&M. So
that's the game of the week.
Okay, here we go. Cristobal, Elko, and we've got some sizzle here. We call it the Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary game because it's an 11 a.m. kick our time. Handicap this one for me as to what's the matchup, what's the number one matchup you're looking at in this game?
Well, let me say this. I think if you're looking at it from Miami's perspective, there are 3 things that have to happen. Number one, Carson Beck has to play clean. He can't have a 4 turnover game like he had against Louisville in their loss. He can't have a 3 turnover game like he had against SMU in their loss. If they're going to be in this sucker, he has to play at the highest level. And he's been in these moments before. Number 2, Miami on defense is going to have to somehow corral Marcel Reed, because Marcel Reed is eerily similar to Kevin Jennings at SMU. Almost identical skill set, can run, can make plays off platform, can make plays from within the pocket. They'll use him in quarterback run, and he gave Miami fits. So I think that's number 2. And then number 3, and I think this is a big one because Miami is likely going to have the best offensive line in college football, going against one of the best defensive fronts in Texas A&M. and who wins on third down. Because Texas A&M has been the most dominant team in college football getting off the field on third down. Can Miami extend drives? Can they cash in on third down and keep Texas A&M on the field on defense? I think those three things really stand out to me. If you're looking at a matchup, I think the matchup is, how does Texas A&M handle Malachi Toney, who is not only the most dominant true freshman in college football this year, but he's probably one of the best wide receivers and return men in college football, regardless of class. And they use him everywhere. They're going to motion him. He's thrown touchdown passes. He's run for touchdown passes. He makes huge plays in the passing game as a receiver. I think that's the matchup. If you shut him down and force Carson back to go elsewhere, I think A&M's got a big advantage.
Okay. Were you surprised at what Texas was able to do against Texas A&M Thanksgiving weekend?
No, not at all. And I'll tell you, they were able to run the football. In Texas, when they've lost the football games this year, they have had no ability to run the ball. The entire onus of the offense went on Arch Manning's shoulders. And now all of a sudden you open that up a little bit. And that Texas team was starting to hit their stride. They were starting to play really, really well, and Arch Manning was coming into his own. It was a rivalry contest. I wasn't surprised at all, because I think that there's not a very wide, if any, major talent gap between Texas and Texas A&M, and there may not be one here either. Miami's got major NFL draft choices across the board on the field on both sides of the ball. So I think it's the best matchup of the weekend in terms of two teams that are so evenly matched. And also, we talked about Oklahoma and Alabama's flaws. A&M and Miami don't have major flaws. If you're going to say Miami has a flaw, it's their self-destructive behavior sometimes. Okay. Right? They turn the ball over. Yeah. They'll be heavily penalized. It's not a talent issue.
Right. Yeah, they get sloppy on game day. It is been their challenge. You're right, man. They got, good grief, they got players between NIL and high school signings the last few years. Gosh. I mean, again, we've debated this with you, whether or not Cristobal is the best. We know he's top 3 or 4, but he's a big game hunter like Kirby and a couple others. I mean, he's one of the best recruiters. As you've been around him. I mean, big personnel. I call him a refined Ed Ogeron. Is that fair?
Yeah, probably a little bit. That's probably a pretty accurate description. He was our starting left tackle in NFL Europe back in 1995 and 96.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I've known him. So when my dad was the head coach at San Diego State, he was on those Miami teams that San Diego State would play on Thursday night or Saturday night, and then moved into NFL Europe, and he was trying to make an NFL roster and played 2 years over there with us.
Damn. Okay. Mario Cristobal leading the U to the playoffs after some heartbreaking last couple of years, especially that Georgia Tech game. Okay, where did I want to go? Oh, quarterbacks. All right, Tom Luganbill, national college football analyst with ESPN, driven by your next GMC Sierra truck at Fowler GMC, Pearl Brandon. Tom, if you could, let's say Trinidad Chambliss gets another year of eligibility. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just playing this out. And you're a head coach, and you get to pick between Trinidad Chambliss and Marcel Reed. And you get to pick either one to play with in 2026. Who is Tom Luganbill picking?
I'm flipping a coin. I mean, that is one hell of a question. I mean, it really is, because I think both guys are very, very similar to one another. Trinidad Chambliss, just because of his workload at the Division II levels, played a lot more football.
Right.
But Marcel Reed's been really, really good. I think you could probably make the argument, although Trinidad Chambliss is a really good runner, maybe Marcel Reed's a little more dynamic as a runner in terms of more difficult to handle in space. But that is a really, really good question, and I don't know if I have a clean answer for you.
Okay. No, I mean, they're both talented, right? They're both playmakers.
Yeah.
And
they kind of do the same thing.
I agree. I give a slight edge from the pocket to Trinidad and a slight edge, like you said, running the football to Marcel, even though both are good at both. and they can
Right.
get better
That's fair.
at both. All right, let's stay in the quarterback space. You really like both of those players, and they're fun to watch. They're little playmakers out on the field. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana. I mean, like, are you totally sold? This guy's. I know he's a good football player, but like, what level? Where do you put? Are you like, Bo? This guy's big time. He's NFL, or he's just a super awesome college quarterback. Where do you land on Fernando Mendoza, Luke's?
I think he's big time, and I think he's a top 5 overall pick.
Okay.
He's all of 6'5", 230 pounds, can run, super accurate, highly competitive. Now he's a goofball, as we've all seen, and I think he's got a little nerd in him, the way Andrew Luck did.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, though, when he hops in the huddle, it's like his whole entire personality and demeanor changes. He goes into attack mode,
stealth mode,
and I think he's absolutely, man. And he's just, and I say that, I got to see him a lot when he was at Cal, in their first year in the ACC, and what he did for Cal with zero offensive line help and below average personnel on the perimeter was unbelievable. And then when he got to Indiana and you saw the personnel around him, all it did was elevate him. So I think he's a difference maker. I think he's a great player. And he's a great story. I mean, we talked about it for 20 years. If you got, 26 to 2,800 kids that sign an FBS letter of intent in every recruiting class, but then you've got thousands of kids that are going to go to the Ivy League. He was committed to Yale. He didn't have any offers. You got kids that are going to go to the MAC and the Conference USA and the Sun Belt and all of that. But there's no way to hit on all of them, or moreover, to find all of them all of the time. Right. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss is another great example of that too. It's just, it is so hard, number one, to be right on the ones that you do get, but to find every single one of them, impossible. Yeah. Fernando
Mendoza, they got the bye, obviously, and he's going to be fun to watch. Luke's likes him as a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. Do you think that Tom Luganbill on the Out of Bounds show, Diego Pavia, do you think he has an opportunity to make a roster in the NFL, or he's just going to, be one of those just really good college quarterbacks, Luke's?
I think he's a guy that's going to go down as somebody that resurrected a dormant program through spectacular play. Say what you want about him off the field, but he was a transformational player in college football at a place that had never even dreamed of being in the position that Vanderbilt is in right now. Do I think he's an NFL guy? No. Do I think he could be hell on wheels, Doug Flutie type in the CFL? Probably so.
Okay.
Probably so. Now, he ain't making any friends along the way.
No. And let me talk about that for a second. You were a starting quarterback, Power 5 level at Georgia Tech. You've seen all this for years. I get. I didn't like it, but I also, somebody from nothing, from a tough part of the tracks, that everybody's told him he's not good enough. Here's the way I look at this. In life, we still have to have people that have that kind of chip on their shoulder that will say crazy stuff, Luke's. We just do, right? I mean, I don't know. Your thoughts?
Well, listen, I'm a Heisman voter. I didn't take it personally with his comments. I thought it was incredibly stupid and immature. It showed a lack of awareness. And I just think he's gotten so caught up in everything going on around him with what's happened to him, which through his performance he's created. So you create it, now you're going to live within it. And I just wish, because, Baker Mayfield had a little bit of this too.
Yeah.
His last year at Oklahoma, and I think I've shared the story with you before. Do you remember the whole crotch grabbing thing?
Yeah.
At Kansas?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had that game, and I was on the sideline.
Oh.
And what got caught on camera was only about a half of the antics that he was displaying.
Okay.
Right? And he does it coming off of a touchdown pass. And we're talking about it on air. I think it was me, Greg McElroy, and Dave Pash at the time. And it's like, dude, you're likely the leading Heisman Trophy candidate. You are the quarterback on a top 8 team at the time. And you just threw a touchdown pass. Where do you think the camera's going to be?
Right.
Like, have some awareness. Like, just, understand. And I get the competitive temperament, and I love all of that. But
yeah.
I think what's happened, too, is a lot of these guys have gotten so caught up in this that they think they live in this invisible bubble. And then they blurt out things or they post things. And to say that about the Heisman voters, it's like, come on, dude, because now you've basically just inadvertently told Fernando Mendoza and Jeremiah Love that they had no business even being there.
Yeah.
In essence, right? And I just think it's unnecessary. And he's got to, I hear a lot of the Johnny Manziel comparisons and this and that. And I bet you if Johnny Manziel was being honest with himself and had a conversation with Diego Pavi, he'd probably look at him and say, 10 years from now, you are going to really regret some of your conduct.
Yeah.
Who's
your favorite who do you like to win it all?
Oh, my goodness. I think the team you've got to be concerned with right now is Georgia, because Georgia has had to earn this. Like, Georgia, it wasn't that long ago where Georgia stepped on the field and the game was won before the ball was kicked off, right? But Georgia had to do this the hard way this year, and it wasn't always easy. And they scrapped and scraped and found a way, and they overcame, and they've got great players, but it's been harder on them than it's been in the past. And I think that has kind of seasoned them a little bit, give them a little bit of an edge. So I really like Georgia. I also think the other team, because they're so explosive and the quarterback is so good, I think Oregon is going to be a problem.
Whoa, here we
go. And I could be wrong on that, but their skill and their quarterback play, and really their trench play too, has been really, really good. I'll say this, Bo, and I don't know if you feel the same way. I think this is the best group. Remove the group of 5 teams. It's the best group, most competitively balanced group of Power 4 teams we've had in the playoff structure.
I agree. We'll leave it there. Tom Luganbill, national college football analyst with ESPN. He'll be calling the James Madison, Oregon game on ESPN Radio. Lugs, we appreciate it. Safe travels, my friend.
All right, appreciate you. See you.
Tom Luganbill on the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Fuse.cloud. Fuse. Fuse.cloud. And managed IT, voice, and internet is powered by Fuse.cloud. Lunch today is powered by Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance. TasteItaliankitchen.com to make a reservation. See you tomorrow.